pray. For
no sound. Okay. I'm sorry for that. I forgot to turn my microphone back on with all the hoo-ha with getting started. Let me back up for a second. Today, the sun has just moved into Scorpio. Scorpio is one of the fixed signs. When the sun moves into one of the 4 fixed signs, Taurus, Leo, Scorpio, or Aquarius, that day is considered a Vishnupadi. And Vishnupadi is a day when the wealth creation aspects of Vishnu are more abundantly available. And on that day, it's a good day to be asking for blessings from Vishnu for money, for wealth creation, and so on. Today is also an 8th moon, and it is Kalabhairava's birthday, the birthday for the archetype of time management. So it's a very powerful day, and I was so sorry to be having technical issues. So the demons did not win. We got our broadcast going. All righty, so we're going to start the puja with, first I'll take my little container of water and sprinkle some water on all 4 sides of the blackboard that has the chart drawn on it, that's on a side table, just purifying the space for the puja. Dropping a few drops of water on my own head to purify me, and sending a few drops of water out into space towards all of you to purify you for this puja, whether you're watching it live or later on the replay. I also have on hand a lit tea light, a bell, a hand fan, and a bowl of fresh flower petals that I'm going to use during the puja. So to start the puja, we're going to first invoke Ganesha, the archetype who removes obstacles. Om Shring Gan, Om Shring Gung. Om Shring Gung. We ask Ganesha to come and to remove all obstacles from this puja, and we thank him for his help with this. Now we do a short Tamil chant, asking all of the planets to be beneficial towards us. Asura Nalla Nalla, Ave Nalla Nalla, Atyar Arvarku Mikave. Asura Nalla Nalla, Ave Nalla Nalla, Atyar Arvarku Mikave. Asura Nalla Nalla, Ave Nalla Nalla, Atyar Arvarku Mikave. We ask all of the planets to be beneficial today towards us and towards our world. We thank St. Gnanasamunda for teaching this chant, and we are grateful to Dr. Pillai for sharing it with us. Now, we're going to honor the various time elements that are active right now here in New Mexico. We start with honoring the planet that rules the day. Today is Wednesday, which is ruled by Mercury. I put the flower petals on Mercury. Om Buddhaya Namaha. Om Buddhaya Namaha. Om Buddhaya Namaha. Now we honor the star that the moon is in. Today, the moon is in a star called Maga, a star of royalty consciousness. I put the flower petals on the moon. Om Chandraya Namaha. Om Chandraya Namaha. Om Chandraya Namaha. Now we honor the Tithi, or the moon phase, the moment we are in the 8th waning moon, which is called Ashtami in Sanskrit. 8 is a number that Kalabhairava is associated with, and this particular 8th waning moon this month, this is his birthday. I put the flower petals on top of the moon. For the Tithi, or the moon phase, Dr. Pillai said we would use the Sanskrit name of the moon phase, followed by the word Devi. I put the flower petals on the moon. Om Ashtami Devye Namaha. Om Ashtami Devye Namaha. Om Ashtami Devye Namaha. Now we honor the planet that rules the hour. In my local area, this is the moon. I put more flower petals on the moon. Om Chandraya Namaha. Om Chandraya Namaha. Om Chandraya Namaha. Now we honor the time elements of the yoga and the karana. Dr. Pillai said for these time elements, we would not use flower petals. We would just say their names in Sanskrit 3 times each. The yoga that's active right now, is one called Brahma, which has energies that are trustworthy. Brahma, Brahma, Brahma. And the karana that's active right now is one called Kalava, which has energies that are social. Kalava, Kalava, Kalava. Now, we turn our attention to the chart of the moment. Dr. Pillai said for this part of the puja, we would always start with whatever sign is the ascendant sign. This is the sign that's coming up on the eastern horizon in my local area. AC stands for ascendant. And this is in the sign of Scorpio, which is called Vrishika in Sanskrit. He said we would start with this, looking at the ascendant and honor the planet that rules the ascendant as a gesture of importance for the ascendant at the moment. Scorpio is ruled by Mars, so I'm going to put the flower petals on top of Mars to start. We honor Mars. Om Mangalaya Namaha. Om Mangalaya Namaha. Om Mangalaya Namaha. Now, starting with the ascendant, we're going to stop in at each zodiac sign that has one or more planets in it. Starting at the ascendant, we see that the ascendant is containing the sun and Mercury and Venus. We start with honoring the sun, and I put the flower petals on him. Om Suryaya Namaha. Om Suryaya Namaha. Om Suryaya Namaha. The sun is in a star called Vishaka. It's a star that can give blessings for victory and triumph. I put the flower petals on the sun. Om Vishakaye Namaha. Om Vishakaye Namaha. Om Vishakaye Namaha. Vishaka star is ruled by a pair of archetypes, Indra and Agni. Indra can give blessings for leadership and courage, and Agni can give blessings for transformation and purification. We honor both of them, and I put the flower petals on the sun. Om Indra Agniye Namaha. Om Indra Agniye Namaha. Om Indra Agniye Namaha. Vishaka star is ruled by Jupiter. I put the flower petals on Jupiter. Om Gurave Namaha. Om Gurave Namaha. Om Gurave Namaha. Next, we're going to honor Mercury and Venus. They're both in the same star, so we'll honor both of those planets before we invoke the star. We start with Mercury. Om Buddhaya Namaha. Om Buddhaya Namaha. Om Buddhaya Namaha. Now we honor Venus for being in Scorpio. Om Shukraya Namaha. Om Shukraya Namaha. Om Shukraya Namaha. Mercury and Venus are both in a star called Anuradha. This is a star of friendship. It's also the birth star of Lakshmi and the birth star of Vishvamitra, the sage who gave the sound brazi to Dr. Pillai. We honor this star that can give blessings for prosperity. I put the flower petals across Venus and Mercury. Om Anuradhaye Namaha. Om Anuradhaye Namaha. Om Anuradhaye Namaha. Anuradha star is ruled by Mitra, a form of the sun in which the sun is the great, wonderful friend to everyone. The sun gives his light freely to all. We honor Mitra, and I put the flower petals across Mercury and Venus. Om Mitraye Namaha. Om Mitraye Namaha. Om Mitraye Namaha. Anuradha star is ruled by Saturn. I put the flower petals on Saturn. Om Sanisharaya Namaha. Om Sanisharaya Namaha. Om Sanisharaya Namaha. We pause for a moment and reflect on Vrishaka, or Scorpio, the most occult of all the zodiac signs. Occult means hidden energies. This is a sign that enables us to be able to work with things like prayers and rituals, and helps us to understand that we can make a change with our own attitudes and our mind, our inner power, our inner atomic power. This sign today is containing the sun, which is our soul, and also a planet so important for our health and our self-esteem. Mercury, planet of communication, also the planet of humor, and the planet of managing all the details of our daily life. Venus, planet of happiness, courtesy, politeness, planet of enjoyment of material plane comforts and the arts. We pause for a moment and reflect on this. Now, going in a clockwise direction from the ascendant sign, the next Rasi or sign with the planet in it is Makara or Capricorn, which today contains Pluto and Saturn. We honor Pluto, and I put the flower petals on him. Om Krum Kruntankaya Namaha. Om Krum Kruntankaya Namaha. Om Krum Kruntankaya Namaha. Pluto is in a star called Uttara Ashada, a star that can give blessings for long-lasting success. I put the flower petals on Pluto. Om Uttara Shadaye Namaha. Om Uttara Shadaye Namaha. Om Uttara Shadaye Namaha. Uttarashada star is ruled by the 10 Visvadevas, 10 archetypes who each embody a unique, divine, universal principle. We ask for blessings from all 10 of them, and I put the flower petals on Pluto. Om Visvadevasye Namaha. Om Visvadevasye Namaha. Om Visvadevasye Namaha. Uttarashada star is ruled by the sun. I put the flower petals on the sun. Om Suryaya Namaha. Om Suryaya Namaha. Om Suryaya Namaha. Now we honor Saturn for being in Capricorn. I put the flower petals on Saturn. Om Sanisharaya Namaha. Om Sanisharaya Namaha. Om Sanisharaya Namaha. Saturn is in a star called Dhanishta. This is a star symbolized by a drum. It can give blessings for prosperity, music, good reputation. I put the flower petals on Saturn. Om Dhanishtaye Namaha. Om Dhanishtaye Namaha. Om Dhanishtaye Namaha. Dhanishta star is ruled by the 8 Vasus, 8 light beings who each rule different spheres of existence. We honor all 8 of them, and I put the flower petals on Saturn. Om Vasusye Namaha. Om Vasusye Namaha. Om Vasusye Namaha. Dhanishta star is ruled by Mars. I put the flower petals on Mars. Om Mangalaya Namaha. Om Mangalaya Namaha. Om Mangalaya Namaha. Now we honor the planet that rules Capricorn, which is Saturn. I put the flower petals on Saturn. Om Sanisharaya Namaha. Om Sanisharaya Namaha. Om Sanisharaya Namaha. We pause for a moment and reflect on Makara or Capricorn, a zodiac sign that can activate ancient past life skills and abilities, today containing Pluto, a planet that can help with rationality and science, and Saturn, a planet that can bless us with patience, perseverance, structure, and compassion. We pause for a moment and reflect on this. The next Rasi or sign with the planet in it is Kumbha or Aquarius, which today contains Neptune, who is retrograde. When planets are retrograde, they are extra powerful. We honor Neptune. I put the flower petals on him. Om Vam Varunaye Namaha. Om Vam Varunaye Namaha. Om Vam Varunaye Namaha. Neptune is in a star called Purva Bhadrapada, a star that can give blessings for prosperity, charity, and purification. I put the flower petals on Neptune. Om Purva Bhadrapadaye Namaha. Om Purva Bhadrapadaye Namaha. Om Purva Bhadrapadaye Namaha. Purva Bhadrapada star is ruled by Aja Ekapada, an archetype who can give us deeper levels of experience of stillness and forgiveness. We honor him, and I put the flower petals on Neptune. Om Purva Bhadrapadaye Namaha. Om Purva Bhadrapadaye Namaha. Om Purva Bhadrapadaye Namaha. Purva Bhadrapada star is ruled by Jupiter. I put the flower petals on Jupiter. Om Gurave Namaha. Om Gurave Namaha. Om Gurave Namaha. Now, we honor the planet that rules Aquarius, which is Saturn. I put the flower petals on Saturn. Om Sanishwaraya Namaha. Om Sanishwaraya Namaha. Om Sanishwaraya Namaha. We pause for a moment and reflect on Kumbha or Aquarius, the most humanitarian and service-oriented of all the zodiac signs, today containing Neptune, a planet that can help us with our intuition and our ability to understand our own inner life. We pause for a moment and reflect on this. The next Rasi or sign with a planet in it is Meena or Pisces, which today contains Jupiter, who is retrograde. We honor Jupiter, and I put the flower petals on him. Om Gurave Namaha. Om Gurave Namaha. Om Gurave Namaha. Jupiter is in the star Uttara Bhadrapada. Dr. Pillai says this is a star that can help all of us with business development. We honor this star. Om Uttara Bhadrapadaye Namaha. Om Uttara Bhadrapadaye Namaha. Om Uttara Bhadrapadaye Namaha. Uttara Bhadrapada star is ruled by Ayurveda, an archetype who can help guard treasures and valuables. We ask him to help guard our treasures and our valuables, including our treasure that is the earth itself. Om Ayurveda Namaha. Om Ayurveda Namaha. Om Ayurveda Namaha. Uttara Bhadrapada star is ruled by Saturn. I put the flower petals on Saturn. Om Sanishwaraya Namaha. Om Sanishwaraya Namaha. Om Sanishwaraya Namaha. Now we honor the planet that rules Pisces, which is Jupiter. I put the flower petals on him. Om Gurave Namaha. Om Gurave Namaha. Om Gurave Namaha. We pause for a moment and reflect on Meena or Pisces, the most metaphysical and transcendental of all the zodiac signs, today containing Jupiter, the planet that can help with everything related to spirituality. We pause for a moment and reflect on this. The next Rasi or sign with a planet in it is Mesha or Aries, which today contains Rahu and Uranus, who is retrograde. Both Rahu and Uranus are in the same star, so I'm going to invoke both of these planets before I invoke the star. We start with Rahu. Om Rahave Namaha. Om Rahave Namaha. Om Rahave Namaha. Next, we honor Uranus. Om Hram Prajapataye Namaha. Om Hram Prajapataye Namaha. Om Hram Prajapataye Namaha. Rahu and Uranus are both in a star called Bharani, a star with a tremendous amount of divine feminine Shakti, or energy, or power. I put the flower petals across Rahu and Uranus. Om Bharaniye Namaha. Om Bharaniye Namaha. Om Bharaniye Namaha. Bharani's star is ruled by Yama, an archetype of justice. Om Yamaye Namaha. Om Yamaye Namaha. Om Yamaye Namaha. Bharani's star is ruled by Venus. I put the flower petals on Venus. Om Shukraya Namaha. Om Shukraya Namaha. Om Shukraya Namaha. Now we honor the planet that rules Aries, which is Mars. I put the flower petals on him. Om Mangalaya Namaha. Om Mangalaya Namaha. Om Mangalaya Namaha. We pause for a moment and reflect on Misha, or Aries, a fire sign and a sign with very active energies, today containing Rahu, a planet that can help us to make friends with new technologies, and Uranus, a planet that can help with success in life and higher intelligence and astrology. We pause for a moment and reflect on this. The next Rashir sign with the planet in it is Vrishabha, or Taurus, which today contains Mars, who is retrograde. I put the flower petals on Mars. Om Mangalaya Namaha. Om Mangalaya Namaha. Om Mangalaya Namaha. Mars is in a star called Mrgashira, a star that can help give us the curiosity to be willing to try new things. Om Mrgashiraye Namaha. Om Mrgashiraye Namaha. Om Mrgashiraye Namaha. Mrgashira's star is ruled by Soma, a form of the moon in which he's a liquefied form. He's a divine nectar, or Amrita, a nectar of immortality. We honor Soma, and I put the flower petals on Mars. Om Somaye Namaha. Om Somaye Namaha. Om Somaye Namaha. Now we honor the planet that rules Mrgashira, which is Mars. Mars is comfortable to be in a star he rules. Om Mangalaya Namaha. Om Mangalaya Namaha. Om Mangalaya Namaha. Now we honor the planet that rules Taurus, which is Venus. Om Shukraya Namaha. Om Shukraya Namaha. Om Shukraya Namaha. We pause for a moment and reflect on Vrishabha, or Taurus, a grounded earth sign with luxury-loving energies, today containing Mars, a planet that likes to take practical action to solve problems that can be solved. We pause for a moment and reflect on this. The next Rasi or sign with the planet in it is Simha or Leo, the sign of the lion, which today contains the moon. We honor the moon. Om Chandraya Namaha. Om Chandraya Namaha. Om Chandraya Namaha. The moon is in the star of Magha, a star of royalty consciousness. The symbol for Magha is a palanquin, that kind of portable chair that they used to sometimes carry kings and pharaohs in long ago time. We honor Magha's star, and I put the flower petals on the moon. Om Maghaye Namaha. Om Maghaye Namaha. Om Maghaye Namaha. Magha star is ruled by the Pitris, the forms of the ancestors who have transmuted into higher planes of light. I put the flower petals on the moon. Om Pitrisye Namaha. Om Pitrisye Namaha. Om Pitrisye Namaha. Magha star is ruled by Ketu. I put the flower petals on Ketu. Om Ketave Namaha. Om Ketave Namaha. Om Ketave Namaha. Now we honor the planet that rules Simha or Leo, which is the sun. I put the flower petals on the sun. Om Suryaya Namaha. Om Suryaya Namaha. Om Suryaya Namaha. We pause for a moment and reflect on Simha or Leo, a sign of power and leadership energies, and also a sign that is involved for things like government service, being in charge of things, an executive, a CEO, a boss, a team leader. Today containing the moon, which is our mind and our emotions. We pause for a moment and reflect on this. The next Rasi or sign with the planet in it is Tula or Libra, which today contains Ketu. We honor Ketu. Om Ketave Namaha. Om Ketave Namaha. Om Ketave Namaha. Ketu is in a star called Swati, a star symbolized as young shoots of plants blowing in the wind. It's a star with energies of both independence and restlessness. Om Swatye Namaha. Om Swatye Namaha. Om Swatye Namaha. Swati star is ruled by Vayu, the archetype who rules the air element, and is also the father of Hanuman. We honor Vayu, and I put the flower petals on Ketu. Om Vayuve Namaha. Om Vayuve Namaha. Om Vayuve Namaha. Swati star is ruled by Rahu. I put the flower petals on Rahu. Om Rahave Namaha. Om Rahave Namaha. Om Rahave Namaha. Now we honor the planet that rules Libra, which is Venus. I put the flower petals on Venus. Om Shukraya Namaha. Om Shukraya Namaha. Om Shukraya Namaha. We pause for a moment and reflect on Tula or Libra, a sign of balance, fairness, harmony, today containing Ketu, who is sometimes called the saintly planet. We pause for a moment and reflect on this. Now, I take a lit tea light and I hold it above the blackboard that has the chart drawn in chalk and has all the little piles of flower petals on it. And I pass this in the light around the chart 3 times in a clockwise direction, offering the element of light to all of these divine beings that we have just invoked. Now I take a hand fan and offer the element of air, waving the fan around the chart 3 times in a clockwise direction. And then I take a bell to offer the element of sound. And now I make prayer hands and make sincere prayer to all of these divine beings we have just invoked, asking them to send their positive blessings into the lives of all of us, our friends, our families, our neighbors, our colleagues, our homes, our workplaces, our schools, our communities, our countries, and indeed the entire world. May everyone on this planet have healthy food to eat, clean water to drink, clean air to breathe, a safe place to live, good clothes to wear, access to health care, good education, sustainable jobs, and may everyone on this planet have love in their life, now and always. I pray for enlightened leaders, enlightened citizens, enlightened laws, enlightened countries, and entire enlightened civilizations. I pray for blessings for all of my teachers, past, present, and to come. And I pray for blessings for all of my students, past, present, and to come. And I make a bow. You can continue to make your own prayers in silence for about a minute. And then if you want to post questions in the chat, we can do some short Q&A. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Peace, peace, peace. Peace to the body, peace to the mind, peace to the soul, peace to the environment. Peace, peace, peace. May we all go about our day or our evening in peace. Thank you all so much for being here. I truly appreciate your participation and your support. Right now, we have time for a few questions, which I'll do my best to answer if you wish to post questions in the chat. And again, thank you for your patience with my technical issues at the beginning. I was happy to get them resolved. Again, today is a Vishnu Padi. Today, the sun has moved into Scorpio, one of the 4 fixed signs. And when that day happens 4 times a year, it's an excellent day to pray to Vishnu for his help with wealth creation. It's a special time where energies for abundance are more easily available from Vishnu. Today is also an 8th waning moon, and in this particular period, it is also the birthday of Kala Bhairava, the archetype who is the manager of time and can help all of us with improvements in our time management. So we're happy to have it be kind of a double celebration today. It's a good day, an excellent day for doing some meditation, etc. So Kalabhairava and Vishnupati. Kalabhairava's birthday. Birthday today. All right. Okay, checking the chat for questions. Not seeing any, just seeing a few people saying thank you. My pleasure. I'm happy to be back in New Mexico. I have completed the move from Florida, and all of that went well. And I was happy to end everything there on a good, friendly note. And I'm excited to be in this new life here in New Mexico, helping with the Manifest with Fire program and the Full Moon Fire Labs, and continuing work with astrology for AstroVed. And also I will be doing some astrology readings for people in the Western Mystery School. Barbara is saying, Swamini, would you kindly provide the AstroVed link to the tutorial on the Indian style chart? I can feel the shift. Okay, that should be in the more below the video. Let me see if I can post it in the chat for you. Here it is. Oh, let me just open this link in a new tab so I can copy it. Okay. Let me post this over here for you, Barbara. Just a moment. I can feel the shift of the sun moving into a sign where he is comfortable. Yes, he's no longer in debilitation. He is now in a sign where it's an easier energy for him as well. Okay, I have put that in there. It seems to truncate it, but I think if you click on the link, Barbara, you should be able to get to the tutorial video that I created many years ago on the South Indian style chart. I hope you enjoy that. It should be very clear. As it was my experience in teaching astrology classes that if people did not learn the tutorial, the layout of the chart, they were often very lost. And so it's a bit of information that we have to kind of learn, like multiplication tables or spelling, that type of thing. But if you learn it, then it's a really good, grounding for you to have in your other astrology studies as well. Okay, glad that I could do that and help you with that today. And yes, as you tune into the planets and stars, some of you will become more sensitive to the shift of them. Some of you may even feel they're about to shift or about to have a transit before the actual day of the transit. But yes, it does start to give us more sensitivity to their movements, to be experiencing that. Okay, beautiful. Well, I hope everyone takes full advantage of Vishnupati and Kalabhairava's birthday today, asking for blessings for improvements in time management and blessings for improvements in wealth creation, which is something most of us have to do. Most of us are not independently financially, free. So most of us have to do things to create our money at the moment. So Vishnu's help, a simple mantra for Vishnu is Om Namo Narayanaya Namaha, or just saying his name is also a quantum sound that invokes him as well. Vishnu, 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 or Kalabhairava, Kalabhairava, Kalabhairava. All right, I'll go ahead and close out for today, and I will see you again tomorrow. And looking forward to that. Namaste. The light in me honors the light in all of you. May light encompass all.